How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out what's coming up for Rust, and we have some sneak peeks at a couple of different things, but before we get all into that, we're going to take a look at some of the upcoming commits, and, well, one of those things is there's a lot of work going into the Boomerang again, so it looks like they're working on the rotation of it, and it looks like it was temporarily using a hatchet mesh and so forth, so they're really working on making the Boomerang its own thing. Along with that, we also have the Jungle Monument, and with the Jungle Monument, there seems to be a lot of stuff kind of going on. There's something called Jungle Security Gates, so it looks like there's some kind of gates we'll have to get through. I've also seen some other merges about updating the water tower for water treatment, but in regard to the jungle update, so I think maybe there might be some water towers as well. And that's just one of those kind of things to kind of keep in mind there. Also, you can see that they're starting to set up basic spawns for at least the main monument, as far as we can guess. It's going to be Ziggurat, it looks like, and it says basic loot spawn pass. And if we want to actually take a look, there is a render that was pulled, and we have a few of these different renders, and they were all pulled by a user called Jackin in the development chat on Rust Discord. So yeah, the official Rust Discord, there's a bunch of different stuff here, the animals and so forth, and this just basically looks like the basics of the one monument. Now, keep in mind, these are very, very rough. They're also data mined, so these things could be old, they could completely have changed in different ways, so keep that very much in mind, that this is a very rough, just kind of idea of what's going on with that. Also, there seems to be a lot of work on swinging with vines, which is something that seems quite exciting. There's also some kind of mention of a bamboo ladder, but I have a feeling that these are probably going to be things that are placed throughout the monuments in the jungle or within the world of the jungle biome. I don't think this is going to be an actual placeable item or a skin for current ladders, but you never know. It could always progress into something. In addition to the Boomerang, we also have the blow dart gun coming in, and we have this model that's been circulating around, and I just want to go ahead and say, I did talk to the artist who made it. This isn't a final iteration, and they said that this just isn't where it is. So, again, take it very much with a grain of salt, that this isn't the finalized model, and it's very, very unfinished. You should be able to tell that from looking at it, but I just want to make that clear so people don't go and be like, oh, why does this look weird, and like attack the artist or something like that, because that's not cool. This is very early stuff, and it's already progressed way farther past that. That stuff just, they didn't want it released yet, so there's no official stuff of it. We only have this ripped data mined image, so keep that in mind. It does look like it's going to have about 4 different types of ammo. I know one of those is going to be a bone dart, which I've seen in commits. I think I also saw something about a metal and a poison dart as well. So I'm not sure what the last one would be. It might just be like a wooden dart of some sort, but I don't know what a wooden dart without poison would really do. So we'll just have to see as it goes further with that. But it is also worth mentioning this design is so cool. It's actually an old gun barrel with a scope attached to it, and I just think the creativity that went into that is absolutely awesome. We also have a little note on the Sunken knife here, and the Sunken knife is getting set up. It looks like it's going to be a skin for the combat knife, and then it says it's setting up as a Steam item and set to spawn as a combat knife. As you can see there, they're working on sounds and so forth. I'm not sure, I haven't seen any images or anything of this yet, and I'm not sure what the acquisition of it is going to be, if it's going to pop in the store, or there seems to be a new thing where there may be a way to acquire skins by linking your Discord to Rust. This might be something attached to that, or it could be something completely different. I'm not sure, we'll just have to see as time goes by. Last but not least, the tease from the thumbnail, the first look at some of the new creatures, and again, I'm going to iterate, this is very, 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 very rough, okay? This is first, kind of look. They're going to change completely. They're going to have textures. They're going to have, all sorts of stuff. They're working on AI, all that kind of thing. Looks like the Crocodile has some sort of a lunge and snap attack from some of the other comments in some of the other commits that I have read, so that seems very exciting. Then we also have the Panther. So in addition to the tiger, there's going to be a Panther. As you can see, it looks like it has a little more kind of like fur and a mane kind of thing going on. Again, these are very early rough models. These are not anywhere near finished and could change completely. And then of course we have the tiger itself, which you can see here, and that was also in the thumbnail of the video. And yeah, the tiger has some interesting abilities, I would say, or interactions, I would say, the AI they're working with for it. Apparently, if they creep up on you, the jungle will start to go quiet. So things like birds and other ambient background jungle noise that's normally there will quiet down when a predator approaches you. And I think that is something that's really cool. I hope to see a lot more AI stuff with all of these new creatures. And last but not least, we also have the Viper Snake. So again, this is probably going to be a source of poison, I'm assuming. And it looks like right now they're working on just getting its movement right, and that's not too fast and so forth and all those kind of things. You'll see there's a ton of commits going on for that. But again, early look at the Viper. And that's how that is going on with that there. One of the other things with Easter coming up, it looks like we're finally getting another Fabergé egg. It's been a little bit. All the previous ones are back here, of course, and they carry some pretty hefty prices depending on what year they may be from. So our new one here is really cool looking. Has a fancy little kind of like skirt around it, but then the skirt also kind of looks like waves with like pearls or bubbles on it. Has a very kind of oceany feel. And well, that should make sense because it is cargo ship being circled by a rib. How cool is that? Definitely really love that tune as well. So there it is, everybody. The potential new egg, and if you look right now, it's called the Cerulean Egg, so I don't see why that name will change. But there it is, the Cerulean Fabergé Egg. Now let's go ahead and take a look at those high wall skins. Alright, so high wall skins are finally here. Now, I don't have the definitive information of if these are going to be included in the previous packs, like if you bought the Adobe skin, then you get the Adobe walls, or if the walls are going to be a whole pack themselves, where they're going to catch us up to all the current ones, or if you just buy a high wall pack and then all the high walls will be eventually in there, or if each one will be a cheap price. I have no idea. We'll just have to see. But when that information comes out, I will get it to you. The crafting price is the same for them. If you go ahead and type in high wall, you'll notice that, boom, there it is. There's our other option. And it looks like the Adobe skin is for the wood walls, and the Legacy or Frontier wall is going to be for the wood externals. So you can see that there. It doesn't change the price or anything. But if we go ahead and take a look at it, it does change the appearance quite a bit. So from the outside, you can see, I feel like you can see in a lot better, but it has this little scaffold that goes around the top, which we'll look at here in a second. And you can see it has a nice little cow skull going on. Fits very beautifully, but yeah, there's this scaffolding around, and as you can see, you can place, as of right now, a lot of different items, including turrets on it, but again, this is only 500 HP, so you probably don't want to put anything too important up on there. But yeah, it just has this really cool kind of scaffold thing going on. You can also hang stuff from it, so the lantern was able to hang from the bottom of the scaffolding. So they said that it was asked if it was a glitch to allow turrets and stuff like that, and they said they're not sure right now. It may be kept as the trade-off for the low health. It's not really a smart place to put a turret because it will be easily destroyed with some fire, but hey, who knows one way or another. And then I know another thing, there's a few people out there who are going to ask me, why didn't you put a code lock on to show where the code lock goes? So we'll just go ahead and do that now. And I don't know where the code lock went, to be honest. Oh, there it is. It's on the inside and floating. So that's probably not finalized yet. Let's see how it looks on here. We got the same deal going on. Yep, floating out back here. Okay, well, that's how that's gonna go. But we'll go ahead and open the gate up. Sure, 0000. And there's the frontier gate, and then we can go ahead and, oops, open up the Adobe gate there. So there it is. One thing worth mentioning is the trade-off. There is no barbed wire here, so people could just easily strap a ladder and jump on over versus the normal wall. I don't know if that's going to change or if that's going to be the trade-off for having the walkway. But as you'll see here, you've got the normal barbed wire for the Adobe version. So there it is so far for our high external walls. That's going to do it, everybody. As soon as we have more stuff to show you in game, I'll be sure to do that. Thanks for watching, and stay rusty.